What's up, guys? Cano here. Bulls on Wall Street. Dude, monster bounce in the markets late into the afternoon. Once again, the Trump tariffs talk had propelled the market both to the downside and upside. We got a massive reversal today. Let's dig into what happened in the stock market and then where do we go next and what the game plan is and what we're going to trade. So, first of all, let's dig into these indexes here. So if you actually look at the QQQs, you know, we gapped down. I want to say gap down, but we opened down a little bit weak here. We actually had a flat open, maybe slightly green, a few ticks. And we flooded off at the open, and then you can start to see it right around noon. And guys, it looked like it was a choppy morning, dude. The longs were getting slaughtered, the shorts were getting slaughtered. I got my balls nicked like 3 to 4 times with the rusted blade around here and then around here and but all you need is one good run in the market. And so you got to bide your time and wait for your moments. And I think probably I was a little bit early on the bounce. That'll happen sometimes, but it was a chop fest this kind of first hour and then 2 hours and then right around a good old noon we got the reversal. We got a bone zone flip here, and we were off to the races, and we closed pretty well. And I think the interesting change of character is that, we've been kind of fading off a lot into the close the last, so many days. And, this time we finished actually pretty strong at the close, which I think bodes well. And it sets up an interesting setup for, I believe, tomorrow, which is that, we had this big range day, both to the downside and upside. And this is technically an inside day. See how we closed under the previous day's, right? The previous day's high and over the previous day's low. And so even though it was a wild day, it was actually still considered inside day. So, if we open weak tomorrow and we go, say, red to green, which would be the ideal scenario, and we take out this high here, that's a full-blown all systems is a go long setup in absence of news. Look, all it takes is one tweet, one speech, one thing that says, hey, Mexico's about to take it up the butt. We got some tariffs coming. Hey, we're banning tacos for everybody. You know how it goes, right? And then, you get the reversal in the market. But in absence of news, in absence of tweeting, in absence of anything weird, a weak open and a take out of this high. Hey, look, if we gap over this high and then we just build over it, that's totally fine too. We are holding at the 200-day moving average on the QQQs. It was a little bit of drama into it. We broke under for a brief second this morning. But, one of the things I was telling, my guys in the chat room this morning was expect one bear trap. Expect one bear trap today. They always do it after a test of the 200-day moving average. You'll get like one nasty open or something that kind of sucks everybody in, and then you kind of rip it back. And, that's kind of what happened today. The SPY looks very, very similar, right? Tested the 200 and a go. So I think personally that, we can apply some longs into the market as long as we're holding here. And if we can get over this, 585 on the Qs, I think that's going to be really good. Now, I thought the big story of today was these Chinese stocks led by Baba. Let me just say I've been trading Baba on and off for many, many, many years. It's rare that after a gap, it trends up 10 points. Most of the time it gaps and craps or gaps and goes up a couple points and then sits around the rest of the day. Very rare do you see such aggressive buying. We came back into the bone zone here, which is a really good swing trading setup, by the way. And then like this awesome run here, right? So I think we've got ourselves like we got some good juju over here on these China stocks. And I think if we, as long as it doesn't gap up too much tomorrow, I think these are going to be in play. There's a couple here that I'd like to play some catch up on. I think this KC has an interesting look, right? Like this was a hot one here, and we had a pullback, not to the 50, but kind of in the middle here. But if we remount these MAs here, I think that one's going to be in play. SC, which is more of a Singapore company, but I just loop it with the Chinese companies. You had earnings out today. And big monster cock run. You can't get any better than this, right? So, can't get any better than this. You had ORB, right? quick pullback buy, right? VWAP, flag pattern, so on and so forth. That is pretty damn hot, right? So I like that look. A YMM, this is another Chinese name, right? Had earnings out, had a little bit of a revenue beat. Look at the base on this thing. It looks fantastic. You got to respect this stock. It's got a good look to it, 22 million shares in volume. For you more speculative little degens, this Z8, Zahoo, right? Little Zahoo International, pop, pull back into the bone zone, remount the 9 EMA. You're taking out this trend line. Just looks fantastic. Now, look at this thing. Beaky. Beaky's got this big base breakout over here. Oh, man. 13 million shares in volume, up 9% today. I mean, dude, what else can you say about this except, Beaky, do you love me? Do you want me? Do you hold me? Man, that's a nice look. I mean, look at the cheddars on this thing that's building here, right? Beaky, do you love me? Do you want me? Now, EH is another Chinese name, remounted the 9. You got your trend line break, still needs about 25, I think, to get this thing going. Now, on the non-Chinas, right, you got PLTR, hugging at the 50-day moving average. Just if this remounts to 9, dude, you're coming into the 20 SMA. I like this MP. Yo, this rare earths mineral stuff is like in play, right? I mean, Zelensky got his balls tossed over this stuff, so somebody must want this stuff. We got to get the minerals. We're getting the best minerals, right? It's the best minerals. And so we're going to get these minerals, and this MP must be like, the mineral place. Who knows? But it's a rare earth company. You got a big spot here. Man, love that look. Love that look. Hey, for you swing traders out there, keep an eye on this TTWO. This is a relative strength play and a little bit of a flag. This move right here was on earnings, and now you're kind of right, just dipping and rolling over here. It looks pretty good. And then, dude, ASTS. Left for dead a couple weeks ago, doubled in price. You got trend line break over here, a double trend line break. We broke one today. The second one's coming up over here. 30 million shares in volume. It's a buenos. It's a noches. It's all of it. It's looking bella ciao. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, mRNA, keep an eye on this one. I don't know what's going on, but this is a W pattern going here, which is like a kind of classic bottoming pattern. 21 million shares. 2x its normal volume. More than 2x its normal volume. So you can see here there's a little bit of accumulation happening. Who knows? I don't know if this is because of the bird flu or what, but dude, it's looking pretty hot. Looking pretty hot. So put that on the watch list too. And look at the range on this thing, right? Like, got that end of day grind into this with that's what you really want to see. Hey, beyond that, I think some of these large caps are looking a lot better. Let me get rid of, I think besides Palantir, you got a little rounding pattern here on Netflix. It tested the 50-day moving average. You got nice doohickeys over here. I think that one looks actually fairly good. And watch the meta on the remount of the 50-day moving average too. I think that one's got probably a shot at it also if you need it. Google probably left for dead. MU left for dead. The rest of them, I think. Amazon looks also, this one I'm already in, but this one hit the 200-day moving average and you're starting to bounce through. I think you got a little bit more upside into the bone zone on this one too. Guys, don't get ahead of yourself. I would be very, very surprised if in, like say in the next 2-3 weeks, like the market breaks out the highs or something like that. There was a tremendous amount of distribution that's been happening. There's a lot of volatility right now. This is not an easy thing like, you just hit this and you're going to break out like we did previous times. Even the previous times here, like it didn't happen, right? So if you see this was like, say, in the beginning of July, and then you bottomed out in August. You didn't really break back out till November. So you had this 3-4 months, right, of this sideways movement. Now it's a volatile sideways movement, but it was still, right, you didn't break back out the highs and, just immediately. So, if you take some of that, right, you may have to kind of back and fill, right, this for a period of time to go. And it may not, right? You can do that too. We're in a later stage of market cycle compared, right? Like we've been running now for 2 years and some change. So, we could chop around and pull back even a little bit more. So stay nimble. Don't be just holding the boats right now. You want to do that in different market cycles than this. I think it's a great trading environment. You could probably even start touching on some swing trades. If you want to take something a little bit more risky, like, you maybe hood is bottoming or, something along that end. But I would just stick with the tried and true for now till the market heals itself a little bit. It's still got a little bit more room to go. So I love you guys. Let me know if you need anything. Take care. Trade well. Be safe.